Duchess stitches the signature dresses. Kate steals Meghan's style in a sharp 670-pound Smythe blazer and 130-pound jigsaw trousers, just like the wide-legged ones her sister-in-law loves. They're said to be at loggerheads behind the scenes, but it looks as if her sister-in-law Meghan's style influence is rubbing off on the Duchess of Cambridge. Kate, 36, arrived in Cyprus this afternoon to visit RAF personnel, wearing a very Meghan-like ensemble of 130-pound navy wide-legged trousers from Jigsaw, teamed with a white silk top and a 666-pound recycled khaki blazer from Canadian brand Smythe. While the Duchess of Cambridge has previously worn dark skinny jeans and jeggings on royal engagements, this is believed to be the first time she's ever donned black suit trousers during an official royal engagement. Meanwhile, her sister-in-law Meghan, 37, has made the style a staple of her royal wardrobe, regularly wearing trouser suits on official engagements. And the wide-legged style is her particular favorite, worn on multiple occasions since she took up royal duties a year ago. Indeed, smart trousers have become something of a trademark for Meghan, with the Duchess opting for a suit on evening occasions when other royals would have turned up in a dress. However, it wasn't a complete departure from her usual fashion for Kate today, as she once again showed her thrifty side by recycling an old blazer. Canadian brand Smythe is also popular with Meghan, although Kate has been wearing the label since long before her sister-in-law came on the scene. The Duchess donned her trusty khaki jacket with gold buttons by Smythe, which she previously wore on the royal tour of Canada in 2016. She looked perfectly coordinated, matching her khaki suede clutch bag and heels to her blazer as they touched down at RAF Akrotiri on the government's Voyager aircraft, which is used by the royal family and ministers, after making the 5-hour flight from the UK. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are in Cyprus for a whirlwind visit to bring festive cheer to RAF personnel who will be away from their families this Christmas. They arrived this afternoon on a special Royal Mail flight loaded with gifts and cards from relatives, as they praised the men and women for doing their work without fanfare. Many of the presents had been given to the royal couple yesterday at a party they threw at Kensington Palace in London for the wives, husbands, children and parents of staff from RAF Coningsby and RAF Marham, who will be spending Christmas away from home. And Kate admitted they felt rather responsible for the number of sweets and marshmallows consumed yesterday, with many of their young guests leaving on a sugar high. The Duchess also told how Prince George and Princess Charlotte had missed out on the party, turning up after school to find the snow machine and edible treats had been cleared away. Meeting the troops in Cyprus, the Duke and Duchess delivered presents directly from the children to their parents in 11 Squadron, in what servicemen jokingly described as the worst-kept secret in town after they read about the party in the newspapers this morning. "Did we meet any of your families yesterday?" the Duchess asked a small circle of servicemen and women. "I hope they enjoyed it. It was very kiddie-friendly. I think some of the grandparents felt slightly bombarded. They, the children, had a lot of sweets by the end of the day. We felt quite responsible. The sugar highs. There were a lot of marshmallows." "Did they get back home okay?" Empathizing with the time troops were spending away from their families in service to the country, she added, "Some of the children really understood what their mums and dads are doing and missed you all. I'm sorry that we couldn't bring your families with us for Christmas." Speaking to a second group, she disclosed she had tried to show George and Charlotte the festive treats laid out for military families when they arrived home from the school and nursery yesterday afternoon, laughing as she added, "We took the children down to where the party was, but everything was gone. They were so disappointed." It was not all lost for the Cambridge children, however, as the Duke told pilots. "I told George this morning we were going to see the pilots today, and he said if you see a helicopter can you take a picture?" The couple handed out gifts for select personnel at the base, sent by their children and to be opened in private at Christmas. They later enjoyed tea and cakes with families living in the Cyprus military bases, asking children their names and ages, and quizzing adults about life out there. "Are any of you football fans?" the Duke asked at one point, bringing up his favorite topic of sport. After a look from his wife, he conceded, "I'm sorry." "You are not going to find an Aston Villa fan everywhere," the Duchess told him, amused, before the Duke pulled his trump card. "I've found one already actually." The Duchess also made time for some more serious conversation. sharing some of her research into children's early years development and the importance of mental health. "Is mental health something you guys are interested in as part of your work?" she asked. "Some of the stuff we have learned has shown that everyone should have some sort of basic mental health training. I really want to get mental health training as part of teacher training, not just for the sake of the teachers themselves but for the children too." During today's visit, William gave a speech thanking RAF personnel who will be away from their families this Christmas, saying their work is done without fanfare. William said, "All of this work is done without fanfare. You don't seek praise for your contribution. It's not about credit or recognition, for you, it's just about service." But as we approach Christmas, Catherine and I feel strongly that praise for your work and recognition of your sacrifices is exactly what is due to you all. From my time in uniform, we both know a bit of what it feels like to balance your work commitments with your family life. You all put duty first. And so do your families, some of whom we had the chance to meet yesterday at a party at Kensington Palace. We know this isn't easy for you or for your wives, husbands, children, and friends back in the UK. On behalf of everyone back home, we would like to say thank you. Thank you for your commitment and thank you for your sacrifices. We are in your debt, and Catherine and I feel very lucky to be able to spend time with you today. The couple's special Royal Mail flight was loaded with gifts and cards for staff from their families. Many had been given to them yesterday at a party they threw at Kensington Palace for the wives, husbands, children and parents of men and women from RAF Coningsby and RAF Marham, who will be spending Christmas away from home. On arriving at the base, the couple had a short private briefing before going to a hangar to meet with some of the servicemen and women on the base. They started with a group of RAF support personnel including Tina Hayes, from RAF Marham, who has a son aged 12. She told Kate, "I've been in the military for 15 years and have had several overseas deployments. But I find that the older they get, the worse it is. It's very difficult to be away at Christmas, but we try to work it around holidays and things like that." She said afterwards that the couple really sympathized with how difficult it was. Corporal Carl Noakes, 33, also from RAF Marham, said he had been sent pictures of his daughter Alicia, too, at yesterday's Christmas party at the palace. He said, "It's a tough one. I've been away lots of times and it's never easy, but it's very different now I am a dad. My little girl is now asking for me when we speak and even playing her mother off against me when he is playing up. It's difficult all round. I'm complete lost in admiration for what my wife, Nicole, does when I'm not they, especially work Christmas coming up." Corporal Noakes, who won't return to his family until February, praised the Duke and Duchess for organizing yesterday's party, saying, "It meant so much to everyone. My daughter had so much fun but was shattered last night. I think they really understand what it is like for all of us." William and Kate chatted happily about the party. "There was a lot of chocolates and marshmallow consumed yesterday. The kids were running wild," the prince said. "It was lovely to see them having so much fun," Kate added. "A very Merry Christmas to you all," said William, "although it feels too early to say it. But we are not going to see you, so put it on ice until the day." Scott Stewart, 33, from RAF Spade Edam and Cumbria spoke to William and Kate as they visited an aircraft hangar on the base shortly after arriving. The dad of 3 told the royals how he was looking forward to seeing his children, aged 6, 3 and just 26 weeks, when he returns home in 2 weeks. Scott, a communications specialist with No. 903 Expeditionary Air Wing, said, "Having William and Kate here is a massive boost for everyone here." As a former serviceman himself, he spoke to us about how he understands it's hard being away from our families. Kate said how she thought time means so much, especially in the early years, so it's great to have them recognize the sacrifices that we are all making here. "I'm lucky enough to be going home for Christmas, but many people won't be. Everyone misses their families and friends, but we're all getting on with the job in hand, and luckily I can FaceTime my children before they go to school and before bedtime, and it's the little things like that that are really important for keeping focused out here." No. 903 Expeditionary Air Wing is an expeditionary air wing of the Royal Air Force. It is currently based at RAF Akrotiri in Cyprus and is tasked with conducting operations against the Islamic State terror organization in Iraq and Syria. Another soldier from the 2nd Battalion, the Mercian Regiment, called Jesse, wouldn't give surname, said it was important the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge took the time to travel to the base. He said, We've just come back from 3 months in Afghanistan where we were stationed in Kabul, and now we are waiting to go home again in 2 weeks. To meet the future King of England is a huge deal for a lot of people here, and it's really appreciated. William said everyone back home appreciates what we do, and as a former serviceman himself you get the feeling he really understands. Around 450 soldiers and 150 family members made the move to the Mediterranean from their base in Chester, and will stay in Cyprus for another year of a 2-year posting. RAF Akrotiri is the home of the Cyprus Operations Support Unit, which provides joint support to British forces Cyprus and operations in the region to protect the UK's strategic interests. Although they are visiting in RAF base in William's role as Honorary Air Commandant of RAF Coningsby in Lincolnshire, the couple's 2 days of engagements have been designed as a way of recognizing all the 7,500 military personnel currently serving overseas or away from home. An aide said the prince had been very keen to do something for the RAF community for some time. Yesterday he and Kate enjoyed a fake snowball fight at the party in the palace's temporary Orangery Cafe, played games and helped the children make Christmas cards and treats. The event was supported by the Royal British Legion in recognition of the sacrifices serving personnel and their families make year-round, and especially when they are separated during the festive period. The palace's Orangery Cafe had been turned into a winter wonderland, with a fake snow machine, decorations including giant crackers and even a real-life Father Christmas. There was also a photo booth and a post box so that guests could take pictures and send messages to their loved ones in Cyprus. Among the families there were Barry and Anne MacDonald from Manchester, who are looking after their grandson Harry, 5, in Coningsby, while his mum, Claire, their daughter, and dad Paul, both wing commanders, are away in Afghanistan and Cyprus respectively. Kate paid tribute to the couple for moving in to look after Harry, whose father will not be home until January and mother until February. "So you are looking after Harry, are you?" "It's amazing that families pull together like this," she said. In a speech the Duchess also spoke about life as a service wife with a husband posted abroad. She recalled being left at home when William was serving as an RAF search and rescue helicopter pilot, not least when he spent 6 weeks in the Falklands in February and March 2012. She said, "William and I just wanted to pass on our huge gratitude to all of you here today. Not only are we grateful for you coming here to join our party, but also for the sacrifices you make on a daily basis on behalf of the nation. As someone whose husband has served, I know how hard it feels when a loved one leaves home to do the job they've trained for." When William served in the Falklands or went search and rescue, I remember how it felt. But I can't imagine how it feels when your loved ones are away on active service over Christmas or at those special family moments. The absence of people you love must be especially hard at this time of year. William and I, however, hope that today shows, in some small way, how much you are all valued. We should never forget our military families and all the service you do for us all. William is Honorary Air Commandant of RAF Coningsby in Lincolnshire, which is home to Typhoon squadrons which deploy to Cyprus and fly operations in support of Op Shader, the UK's contribution to the ongoing campaign against Islamic State. They work alongside 31 Squadron, a Tornado GR4 unit based at RAF Marham in Norfolk, which is also involved with the campaign.